Hey, my friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire, the go-to podcast for content creators looking to grow their audience as well as their income. I'm so excited you're here. I'm your host, Melanie Ferguson. Hey, my friend. Listen, before we get into the podcast this week, I do want to make a brief announcement. I'm going to actually take a quick pause on the podcast for Q4. I'm going to take this time 100% to dive into my business a little bit deeper and have some focused time on growing the business. Now, super appreciate you for tuning in each and every single week. It means the world to me. Don't forget there's a whole library of 217 episodes that you can definitely tap into. And I will be still continuing to upload to my YouTube channel. So if you haven't already gone over there to subscribe, drop everything, do that for me today. When you do, you will have access 3 times a week to episodes. So I appreciate you, my friend. I hope that you take this time as well to dive in and focus on Q4. Now let's tune in to the podcast. Welcome back to the podcast. This week, I want to recap my experiences over at the Achieve Conference in Waco last week. It was an amazing conference and it was so much fun. Anytime you have an opportunity to go and participate in an event like this, I 100% recommend it. You're going to meet amazing people that will become either lifelong friends or definite people that you can reach out to if you have any questions or concerns about your business. So I would want to share with you, I can't share every single thing because that would be like 75 podcasts long. But I do want to highlight a few things. And the number one thing I wanted to kick off this episode with is this little nugget that I learned. So if you're on your phone or on your desktop, either one, you open up ChatGPT and go find the little space where your face is. It's usually in the bottom left-hand corner. It should be like your profile, like your name and then your little avatar picture. That will be the same either on desktop or on your phone. Tap on that, tap on settings, and then find where it says data controls. When you find data controls, you are going to see this little message at the top that says improve the model for everyone. I want you to toggle that off. This is saying that it wants to let you allow your content to be used to train AI and makes it better for everyone who uses it. If you turn that off, your information from that point forward will be private, and that is what you want. Again, it's the same for both mobile and desktop. And what I learned is I had to go and do it on both of my devices. So it is, I believe, also device specific. So it's not just good enough that it's my ChatGPT. You have to do it on your desktop and on your mobile if you want to retain that privacy so that AI is not just completely taking everything that you come up with, like entire book manuscripts, entire courses, all those things, and using it to train AI. Hopefully that's worth the entire price of admission to the episode today and helps you moving forward. That little tip is brought to us by Maria Duron. She is an amazing marketing coach with Google, and I will definitely link her episode below. Okay, so the second piece of information that I want to share with you came from Gurneet Chhabra with the Savvy Fashion Girls class, and she talked all about our brand stories, being authentic, and I want to share my notes with you. So I'm just going to read them. It's just so much easier. She says, what is your brand story? Why would people come back over and over to see you when there are so many that do exactly what you do? The secret is to be authentic. I know we hear that all the time, but here are some tactical steps. Create a story introducing yourself that you share regularly. So create a reel that is a talking head version of you telling your story in a short and succinct amount of time and share that regularly, whether that's on your feed or in your stories. Just always be letting people know exactly who they're following. She says to always be seeking feedback from your audience so you can continue to evolve your offer or your solution to their problems. And community is no longer an option if you want a sustainable brand. People want people who listen to them and prioritize them. So I've been feeling this for a long time, is that community is going to be the one thing that makes us stand out from the crowd and from all of the unreal or AI nonsense going on. So she says metrics matter. They are basically your community speaking back to you. So she's talking about all the statistics and insights. So you know how you can go into your Instagram and go to your insights. This is how she defines each of those. And it's actually the same on a lot of the platforms. So here we go. Saves equals value. So anytime you can give content that creates value for the audience, what they're actually saying when they save it is, I'll come back to this later. I value it. I want to definitely read this or utilize this again or pinpoint it, put a tack in it. Okay. Shares is impact. Whenever you are creating content that motivates someone to actually share it, it is something that creates an impact or a ripple effect. And so what an audience member is saying when they hit share button is, I want all my friends to see this. So that is another key metric. Comments are connection. To stand out, she says you have to be the creator who responds to these comments or they will just find someone else. When people are commenting, they're actually basically reaching out to you. They're giving you an olive branch. They're saying, hey, I am interested more in more information about what you are sharing. It's a connection point. So what they're saying is, I'm talking back to you because I care. I care enough to type something in there. Now, of course, we're not talking about the trolls, but you get it. So comments definitely are a connection point, and to stand out, you have to be able to respond to them. And then finally, link clicks. Link clicks equal trust. So what your audience is telling you when they actually click on your link is that I'm ready to buy from you. You've done your job. I know, like, and trust you, and I'm ready to buy from you. All right, so we had saves our value, shares our impact, comments are connection points, link clicks are from a result of trust. Rounding it out, she shared that you should audit your accounts regularly as research, not like a report card, like I got this many followers and I had this many likes on this post. She says go in and actually audit it like you're doing research. You want to see if you have a good combination of those metrics we just shared. Then you want to align or tweak everything to what your audience is wanting. Be purposeful with your messaging. So if anything is not exactly lining up with how your people are responding to your content, lean more into what they are saying. And that is how you will grow. All right, so that was Gurneet's session. It was absolutely amazing. And then another standout session to me was a panel of content creator guys who actually do DIYs and shared all of their secrets. I love, love, love some of the tips that they gave, but I'm going to lean into a couple of them. First of all, they said that you should be creating content that is original if you are looking for virality. And it's usually the stuff, if you look at your things, I know for me, when you look back at your content, it's going to be the things that people feel like, hey, I can do that. It's not the complicated, overly done things that people align with or relate to. It's going to be the things that are just so simple that you think are so ridiculous. Those are going to be the things that are going to take off. They did a lot of information on lighting and camera settings and things like that. And one of the key takeaways I had was go to your camera settings on your phone. And then when you get there, make sure that over in the settings, you have it set to 9:16. So in my phone, it says 16:9, but that is what makes it 9:16. This is going to be the best for across platforms as well as for clarity in your images. And then also you can go to settings on your phone and find camera. Once you find that, on record video, you want to make sure it's set at 1080p and 30 frames per second. That is going to be the highest quality for you to record to post on social media. If you have it on anything higher, it is not going to make any difference and may actually hurt your content once it is compressed. So definitely set your camera settings on 1080p HD, 30 frames per second, and then also make the size be the 9:16. Those were really fun and key, easy to do points. Okay, and then I can't not share Sarah Elizabeth. She had an amazing session. She talked all about how she fits in everything with her busy schedule. She is a full-time teacher. She is a busy mama and also does this content creation business as well. And I love how she fits everything in. So I'm going to share some of her organization tips. She creates project albums. So every time she has a DIY or a project she wants to share, she creates an album for it. And as she's out shopping for content and or supplies and creating content on the fly, she stuffs all of that into that camera album. And her concept is she creates something and then shares it after it's completely completed. And then while she's sharing, she's starting the next one behind the scenes. So, one of my favorite tips that she had, because she's trying to squeeze it all in, is she stays behind at work, up at school for an extra hour before she leaves. And that is how she gets all of her focus work done. So, it's out of the house, it's somewhere quiet. She responds to all of her messages, engages with her audience, and then gets off the phone and leaves. She has no time once she gets home with her busy schedule and her kiddos to do that. And it definitely takes focus time. So she has stolen 1 hour a day where she closes her door and gets that done before she leaves basically her office. I love what she shared towards the end of her talk. She says, "What are you racing towards? Like, what is the big race for?" She says, "Aren't you going to do this for a long time? Aren't you in it for the long haul? And if that's the case, then just do what you love first. Do the content that you love first, plan it out, and then share it as content." So instead of trying to create for keywords or create for other people, think about what it is you love, what you enjoy the most about what it is that you do, and do that. Plan it out and then share that as your content. I know it's so simple, but sometimes it's the simple things that really help bring us back around to why we're doing this and to keep from avoiding burnout. All right, my friend, those were my highlights from the conference. I know there are a ton of others that I could share, but I definitely wanted to get those between your ears as soon as possible. And I hope that they are super helpful, including that little ChatGPT toggle that you need to stop everything and go do right now. And then also, if you enjoyed this episode, I would super appreciate it if you would share it with a friend. Tag me on social media and I will definitely shout you out in the stories. Also, if you have not yet given a review to the podcast, I would so appreciate that. It is super simple. I give you the instructions at the bottom of every episode's show notes. You simply go over, tap on this episode, scroll down. You'll see where you can give a 5-star review, tap those 5 stars, and then it says write a review. Put something short and simple and sweet, just comes from the heart, and I will definitely shout you out. I appreciate you so much, my friend. And until next time, stay creative.